Welcome to Mink Titans Travel. Today, Georgia's wonders. At Europe's and Asia's crossroads, Georgia blends history, culture, and wild beauty. From ancient monasteries to polyphonic songs and dance, hospitality runs deep. Wonder 1, Kazbegi, crowned by Mount Kazbek. Kakheti Trinity Church watches over dramatic valleys. Come for jeep trails, hikes, and horizons that steal your breath. Highland life here reflects resilience and faith. This is Georgia's raw spiritual heart. Wonder 2, Svetitskhoveli Cathedral. Svetitskhoveli Cathedral stands in the ancient town of Mtskida as one of Georgia's most sacred religious monuments. Built in the 11th century, it symbolizes the adoption of Christianity in Georgia during the 4th century. According to legend, Christ's robe is buried here. The cathedral showcases classical Georgian architecture and beautiful frescoes. For centuries, it served as the coronation site of kings. Today, locals gather for worship and festivals. Pilgrims and tourists admire its spiritual atmosphere and historical importance. Svetitskhoveli reflects Georgia's deep faith, artistic heritage, and enduring religious traditions. Wonder 3, Narikala Fortress. Narikala Fortress overlooks Tbilisi's Old Town, offering panoramic views of the capital. Originally built in the 4th century, it witnessed Persian, Arab, Mongol, and Russian rule. The fortress symbolizes Georgia's strategic importance and resilience through invasions. The surrounding Old Town reflects traditional wooden balconies, sulfur baths, and vibrant street life. Historically, trade flourished along Silk Road routes. Today, visitors hike or take a cable car to explore its ruins. Narikala represents Tbilisi's layered history, cultural diversity, and the enduring strength of Georgian identity across centuries of change. Vardzia, a 12th century cave monastery, hewn into the cliff under Queen Tamar, a fortress of hidden chapels, a maze of narrow tunnels, underground wine cellars, where thousands once lived and prayed. Now, silent frescoes whisper medieval faith and resilience. Visitors thread the labyrinth to feel Georgia's golden age. Flip to Batumi, a black seaport, shaped by Ottoman and Russian tides, tea trade and plantations, citrus groves and orchards, fishing fleets and markets that fed coastal communities. Now, a sunlit boulevard, casinos, festivals, the moving Ali and Nino statue, modern life dancing on an ancient shoreline. Both places tell the same tale, how people adapt, building faith into rock, weave culture into coastlines. Visit, listen, and let history meet the present. Uplistsikhe, an Iron Age city hewn into cliffs above the Jvari River. Pagan temples, banquet halls, wine cellars, secret tunnels whisper pre-Christian rituals and Silk Road trade. Earthquakes and invasions crack the facades, but not the soul. Then slide underground to Prometheus Cave, discovered in 1984, dripping with stalactites, stalagmites, surreal-colored lighting. Guided tours, boat rides, cool, echoing halls make it feel mythic. Together they tell Georgia's story, prehistoric grit, architectural daring, and nature's theatrical flair. Wonder 8, Rabati Castle. Rabati Castle in Okatse reflects Georgia's multicultural history. Originally built in the 9th century, it combines Georgian, Ottoman, and Persian architectural styles. The fortress complex includes a mosque, church, synagogue, museum, and gardens, symbolizing religious coexistence. Historically, trade routes passed through this region, supporting diverse communities. After restoration, Rabati became a major cultural landmark, attracting visitors worldwide. Local residents benefit from tourism, crafts, and hospitality businesses. Rabati Castle represents Georgia's cultural diversity, architectural fusion, and centuries of peaceful interaction among different faiths and traditions. Wonder 9, Svaneti Towers. Svaneti is famous for its medieval defensive stone towers rising dramatically against the Caucasus Mountains. Built between the 9th and 13th centuries, these towers protected families during invasions and clan conflicts. The Svan people developed a unique language, traditions, and polyphonic music. Agriculture, cattle breeding, and mountain trade shaped local livelihoods. Villages like Ushguli are among Europe's highest settlements. Today, hikers and cultural travelers admire the preserved heritage. Svaneti Towers symbolize resilience, community unity, and Georgia's enduring mountain traditions passed through generations with pride. Gelati Monastery, founded in 1106 by King David the Builder. Think medieval brainpower meets cathedral calm. Called the Second Jerusalem, it was a hub for philosophy, science, theology, its mosaics still whispering centuries of scholarship, its frescoes still whispering centuries of scholarship. Fast forward to the hills near Kutaisi, olive green slopes, monks, pilgrims keeping a living tradition. Now flip the map to Mount Kazbegi, 5,047 meters of raw, epic landscape. Linked to the Prometheus myth, its glaciers challenge climbers, alpine meadows charm storytellers. Below, Gergeti Trinity Church pins faith to the skyline. Martvili Canyon is pure serene theatrics. Turquoise pools, cascading waterfalls, wooden walkways that let you hover over nature's stage. Once a noble bathing spot, today you glide in small boats through a narrow gorge, listening to water and feeling centuries of calm. The surrounding Samogrillo lands grow hazelnuts, citrus, simple farmers keeping a quiet rhythm while tourism brings new life to local villages. Flip the script a little up the road, and you hit Ananuri Fortress, stone towers standing guard beside the turquoise Zhinvali Reservoir. Built in the 16th and 17th centuries, its church's carvings speak of trade routes, dukes, and hard-won resilience. Where Martvili whispers, Ananuri declares, nature's soft beauty meets human grit. Together they show Georgia's sweet balance, lush ecology, peaceful rural life architecture that remembers. Plan a visit and expect both splashy green and weathered stone, because wonder here comes in pairs. David Goreja, a 6th century cave complex. It clings to arid hills near Azerbaijan's border. Hundreds of rock-cut cells and chapels. Imagine monks carving stone from dawn to dusk, farming parched soil, and copying manuscripts by lamplight. Medieval color and devotion, frozen in time, faded, fierce, unforgettable. Despite invasions and tensions, monks still pray here, a living link to Georgia's spiritual roots. Now flip to Tbilisi Old Town. Narrow cobbles, balconies over tiny cafes, steaming sulfur baths, Persian echoes, Ottoman echoes, Russian echoes, churches, mosques, a synagogue, side by side. A city grown on trade and tolerance. Artisans and galleries hum. Tradition meets modern hustle.
Georgia. Start high in Svaneti. Ushguli, one of Europe's highest villages, clings to the Caucasus like a secret. Medieval stone towers stand guard, ancient languages, polyphonic songs, stubborn traditions alive. It's a hard, beautiful life. Cattle, small farms, community ties that outlast the weather. Now, flip the map west. The Black Sea coast opens into warm sands, citrus groves, lively port towns. Here, Ottoman echoes meet Georgian color, food, festivals, buzzing resorts. One place is resilient and vertical, the other is relaxed and horizontal. Together they show Georgia's range, from alpine endurance to seaside ease.
Jvari Monastery, perched on a hill above the Aragvi and the Metkvari below. Built in the 6th century, where Sant Nino raised a cross. This stone church is an early Georgian masterpiece. Simple, harmonious, timeless. Pilgrims still come to pray, to trace history carved in ashlar, to watch valleys ripple beneath them. Now flip the postcard. Okatse Canyon. In western Georgia, cliffs plunge. Suspended walkways float above. Emerald gorges, roaring waterfalls. Once hidden, now gently opened by careful paths. It's a playground for ecotourism. Villages trade farm life for guiding visitors, protecting forests as they go. Both places bind nature and spirit,
With Gori Fortress perched on a rocky hill, it dominates the skyline like history's lookout tower. Built in the medieval era, expanded by rulers across centuries, it guarded the trade routes cutting through central Georgia. Imagine merchants, soldiers, the clatter of cartwheels below as the fortress kept the region safe and prosperous. War earthquakes, those forces have chipped at its stones, but the ruins still give an unforgettable panoramic view of Gori, a living symbol of resilience and the long fight to protect culture. Now switch gears. Borjomi National Park, deep forests, crisp mountain air, mineral springs that made the town famous back in the Russian Empire days. People came for the water and an industry grew. Bottling tourism, local livelihoods tied to the land. Hikers follow trails under canopies of green. Families picnic by clear streams, and wellness seekers soak in traditions that feel part science, part ritual. Together, these places tell a single story: Georgia's blend of strategic strength and natural healing, architecture that endures and nature that renews. Wonder 22. Bagrati Cathedral. Bagrati Cathedral was constructed in the 11th century under King Bagrat III, symbolizing a unified Georgian kingdom. Located in Kutaisi, it once served as a royal and religious center. Despite destruction during Ottoman invasions, restoration revived its grandeur. The cathedral reflects classical Georgian architecture with elegant stonework. Surrounding communities thrive through agriculture and regional trade. Today, it hosts religious ceremonies and attracts visitors. Bagrati Cathedral represents national unity, resilience after hardship, spiritual devotion, and the architectural brilliance that defines Georgia's medieval golden era. Wonder 23. Tskaltubo Spas. Tskaltubo became famous during the Soviet era for its therapeutic mineral waters. Grand sanatoriums welcomed thousands seeking treatment for various ailments. The spa culture supported local employment in healthcare, hospitality, and services. After Soviet decline, many buildings were abandoned yet remain architecturally fascinating. Recent revitalization projects aim to restore tourism. The naturally warm waters continue attracting visitors. Tskaltubo Spas symbolize Georgia's wellness traditions, Soviet historical legacy, economic transformation, and the enduring healing power of mineral springs cherished by generations.
Tusheti, a highland saga. Stone villages, defensive towers, shepherds who move with the seasons. Winters are brutal, so families once followed the sheep. Today, ecotourism and festivals keep that pastoral pulse alive. Hike the dramatic passes, breathe alpine air, feel a culture that's stubbornly, beautifully intact. Now pivot east to Lagodeki National Park, Georgia's century-old guardian, ancient forests, waterfalls rare, wildlife founded in 1912. It's a lab for conservation, a playground for hikers chasing waterfalls and glassy alpine lakes. Education, sustainable tourism, local farms, all thrive here, proving protection and people can coexist.
In Kakheti, Alaverdi Monastery, towers above vineyards. Founded in the 6th century, rebuilt in the 11th century, monks have made wine in kvavery jars for centuries, faith and fermentation braided together. Harvest festivals still fill the valley with song. The architecture feels both honest and spiritual. Shift to the turquoise calm of Zhinvali Reservoir. Built in the 1980s, Zhinvali Dam turned rivers into a lake. It brought power for modern Georgia and new livelihoods. Sunlit beaches line parts of the reservoir. Fishing boats bob across the calm water. Submerged memories of old villages lie beneath. Photographers love the contrast. Engineered edges and wild forest hills. One is ancient ritual and vineyard soil. The other is engineered water and new livelihoods. Together they capture Georgia's balance between heritage and progress. Both beg you to come see for yourself. Khertvisi Fortress. Built where two rivers meet, it watched caravan routes and survived Roman tides, Byzantine tides, Ottoman tides. Stone towers cling to rugged cliffs, a military puzzle shaped by landscape and time. Then, Mitskita, Georgia's ancient capital. A spiritual hub since the 4th century, its churches and cobbled streets fuse royal history with living tradition. UNESCO listed, still home to pilgrims farmers, Metskita proves history isn't frozen, it's a daily rhythm. Wonder 30. Kakheti Wine Region. Kakheti is considered the cradle of wine, with an 8,000-year-old winemaking tradition. Families produce wine using clay vessels called kuvevri buried underground. Vineyards spread across the fertile Alazani Valley. Agriculture and hospitality form the backbone of local livelihoods. Traditional feasts called supras celebrate harvest with music and storytelling. Wine plays a central role in Georgian identity and social life. Visitors enjoy tastings, cultural tours, and rural landscapes. Kakheti Wine Region represents Georgia's ancient agricultural heritage, joyful hospitality, spiritual symbolism of wine, and enduring cultural pride. Georgia is a land where towering mountains, ancient monasteries, medieval fortresses, and vibrant traditions coexist harmoniously. From sacred cities to breathtaking natural parks, every wonder tells a story of resilience, faith, and cultural richness. The Georgian people preserve their language, music, cuisine, and winemaking traditions with pride and hospitality. Exploring these 30 wonders reveals a nation shaped by history, yet thriving in modern times. Georgia stands as a timeless bridge between Europe and Asia, offering unforgettable experiences, spiritual depth, and natural beauty that continues to inspire travelers from around the world. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.